And for those who enjoy this channel and would love to support us financially, please feel free to hit that donate link. We'd greatly appreciate it. God bless.
Right now, I'm going to talk about one of the common objections from evolutionists against young Earth creationists on how millions of species could happen after the biblical flood. Okay, uh, all right. I'll start with this. During the pre-flood world, human beings was able to live hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of years, meaning the pre-flood world's environment condition was much better than post-flood. Post-flood, the pre-flood world even had much larger creatures than today, which means the environment was really better before. That's what you would expect if the environment was better. Some creatures will be bigger. That's one possibility. It is like a worldwide shield or something. The oxygen level is better. That's one possibility. And of course, the world at that time was still fresh and almost newly created. Almost newly created. Then the global flood happened. It was chaotic, catastrophic, plate tectonics. Alright? What happened was it damaged the atmosphere, destroying the huge vegetation pre-flood. It resulted in the post-flood severe and bad environmental conditions and removed the high levels of oxygen, for example, that covered the world. And it also started the high levels of mutation rates of animal kinds, which resulted in a super rapid speciation and the unlocking of God's created heterozygosity, which means pre-existing design features in DNA implanted on animals and humans, and a shift from heterozygosity to homozygosity would be faster in certain bad conditions after the flood. So homozygosity will explain next time. Shifts from heterozygosity to homozygosity is a complex subject, and that's genetics. So next time maybe. So this is an adaptive potential. Okay, so this process happened in 100 to 500 to 1000 years after the flood until the Earth stabilized from catastrophic plate tectonics. But we still see remnants of catastrophic plate tectonics today, like volcanoes, with the continents moving slower, much slower because during the flood the continents were moving meters per second. Catastrophic plate tectonics. So the millions of species today formed 100, 500 to 1000 or even 1000 years after the, the flood. Then the speciation process slowed down over time to the speciation rate we see today. One reason is due to increased levels of entropy. Okay, and we do even observe some rapid speciation going on today as remnants of the much higher levels of rate after the flood 100 100 500 to 1000 years after the flood. Okay, this data is supported also by the lowering or downing of lifespans of Bible figures from living hundreds upon hundreds of years down to just 120 years below due to poor environmental conditions and the removal of the better oxygen levels before the flood. Okay, I'll just, so that this video will not be so long, I'll just give one example of rapid speciation concept. One of them, speciation concept happening today, which is faster in the past, but also happening a lot today. And that is why there are so many species, and about 20 million more species are expected to be discovered, which are still undiscovered till today. Okay, it's called sympatric speciation, meaning population of creatures can split into different species even if they live on the same place without any physical barrier. So they're living together and speciate so quickly, easily. That's one scenario which happened in the past many times. And today, an example, as I recall, are insects eating fruits, which use the fruits of their plants or host plant for mating. And then another group of insects try fruits on another host plant, then their fruit choices link. So reproductive isolation. So the creatures living together suddenly speciating. So food choices is the main source here of rapid speciation. And when one speciate, like when an insect gets a little bigger or different choices of mating, they speciate due to food choices, like I said. For example, a new feature or a new trait, like the new species would get a little bigger or a lot more, traits possible. That is why it is very beautiful to see a lot of different varieties of creatures today because that's how God would have designed it. Okay, so that will be all. That will be all. Thank you.